Welcome to the You Name It show, starring Karen the dog today.
Hola,
with Davin
Karen.
Christensen.
Hola, Karen.
I'm Jerry, and this is my friend Davin Christensen, and we are on the You Name It podcast. For all of you brand new iHeartRadio listeners, that was a little introduction, just to say who we were.
Hey, iHeartRadio. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the broadcast empire of the You Name It podcast.
The empire.
The empire.
And we do have Karen the dog here. She's not going to talk at all. She's just going to sit here and stare at me because in my studio, in my home, she's going to make noise. She's jumping on a crooked chair. You hear that?
Yep.
Stop jumping on a crooked chair, Karen. Anyway, so Lisa,
guest.
my wife, Lisa, my wife is usually here when I do this, but she's off right now. She's wishing our nephew Jesse good luck because he's leaving for the Air Force tomorrow. So good luck, Jesse. I hope you have some time to listen to the You Name It podcast while you're in boot camp.
And share it with all the guys. I'm sure they'll love it.
Right.
Not.
So anyway, that leaves me with the dog, who's usually inside the house hanging around. So now I have to have the studio, in quotes, door open so the dog can run back and forth and get into trouble.
Your dog sits with you and watches TV like a human.
Yeah, she does. It's bizarre. Maybe I should post that picture. No, I don't look that great in that picture. But
Jerry hanging out with the dog watching TV.
Yeah, the dog sits up like kind of on my side, like where your arm meets your body, and like I'm the Art Van chair, the lazy boy chair.
Right.
She sits up like a human and stares at the TV screen, and does it for long periods of time too. And she'd be surprised because most of them get sick of it.
Does she follow the TV, or can she actually see the stuff on the TV? Because some dogs can't because of their black and white peripheral vision or whatever the hell it's called.
I don't know, and she does it a lot, and she seems to like perk up when different things happen. And then she could watch, and when dogs show up, she sees them. So
okay. Dogs
that's
on
the
TV.
other thing, dogs. But like the other day when she was doing it, there was no dog. She was just staring at it. I don't even remember. Oh, you know what show it was? It was the OA that we talked about.
Yep.
And she's just sitting there staring at it.
Well, you freak that dog out so much by putting a life-size squirrel magnet on your fridge. The thing doesn't know where to look anymore. So
I don't think that's the thing that bothers her.
It's a diagonal box that sounds like a human. It's like, oh, what's this? I'm sure the dog's confused.
She's a freak. She's going to be one of those weird dogs. Speaking of weird things in our house, do you remember in our little room that goes, hard to decide what kind of room it is. It's basically the laundry room, but it goes down into the garage/studio.
Okay, yeah.
And we have a metal spiral staircase there.
Right.
Do you remember
that's
that
where
part?
you've got like a body crawling through the floor.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to bring up. Because we have that thing that you've seen your entire travel existence that you would watch or open up Sky Mall magazine and they'd sell that thing. But it looks like it's crawling out of the floor. We finally had one kid that came over just this past weekend for a party, the going away party for Jesse, and the kid freaked out about that, like terrified. So Lisa finally had to move that. I forgot what she called him. She named him something. It was like she comes up to me and goes, I had to move Greg.
Greg.
I'm like, Greg? What are you talking about?
She's named
had
it.
To move Greg into our closet. Okay, Greg who? You know, the guy under the stairs. Oh, okay, that guy.
She's got a name for him.
Well, like our suit of armor is named Sir Todd.
Sir Todd. Okay.
Yeah. And we have the weird dolls, the creepy dolls on the spiral staircase.
Yes, they are old and creepy and dressed like evil children.
Yeah, one of them is one of those that you would buy that's designed to be creepy, and I don't even think there's a name for that one. In fact, if you turn the power on it, it says creepy shit to you when you walk by. It'll go, I want to play with you, and weird shit. But the other one I found at a flea market in northern Michigan, and it's just creepy because it's a real one with cracked up porcelain legs and everything.
Yeah, it's not as creepy as the doll suit, though.
No, the doll suit is one of the creepiest things. But this one's name is Agatha.
Okay.
So, for those other listeners, you could look back at about a year and a half ago, maybe, I don't know, maybe a year ago. Davin had a costume party he went to, and he wore a
dead baby
doll
suit.
Yeah, I don't remember you describing it as a dead baby suit. I think you.
That was a babe.
Oh,
magnet.
you said it was a babe magnet, and it was this. He built this whole thing by buying $1 million store dolls and sewing them onto this giant type shirt
sweater
type thing. Yeah. So
he was creepy bald guy wearing babies.
A strange man with baby dolls all over him.
Had a bowling alley in Cleveland.
Yeah, but that kind of evened everything out.
Yeah, I gotta
being at a bowling alley in Cleveland. He seems more proper there.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear this year for the Cleveland Auto Show bowling party, because that's a big event, and I'm the only one that represents usually, because people like Peter join in with the Chevrolet team or the GMC team, and then I'm left by my own.
Why would Pete do that? Pete, why don't you join in with our team?
The Blue Water team.
Weird.
We need to come up with a theme.
Let's see. I don't know. That's a lot to think about right now.
Too much.
I know what you could do. You could, Pete could shave his beard off, and then you could cover yourself, make a whole hair suit, and then you can go as Pete's beard.
Peter's beard, and I could show up ahead of him to announce him.
Right. Say, hello, I'm Peter's beard, and here comes Pete, because it wouldn't have it on his face, so could be the beard.
Beard does kind of announce him. It just, I wish I had something that would come in and go, boop, almost like a theme song, where you come in and it would announce you, and that's Peter's beard.
Yes. Listeners, some might know, some new ones might not know, but one of our coworkers, Pete, has one of those really, trendy beards. Yeah, like everybody does with the whole, I bet you he does the beard oil and everything, all that shit. But we decided that he had such a spectacular beard that we were going to treat it as though it was its own entity. So sometimes I'll call him and ask to speak to Peter's beard, and he'll say, hold on a second. Hello, Pete's beard speaking.
It's funny, we were in San Diego, and one of the other guys and I showed up early to we were meeting at a restaurant, and the Tilted Kilt, and we showed up and we're like, one other person's gonna be joining us. His name is Peter. He's got a beard. So just when the guy comes in, say, are you Peter the Beard? And then bring him to our table. And the waitress was all in on it. So it worked out well.
But when you call him Peter the Beard, that would mean that he's the fake relationship person in a gay relationship. The Beard.
The Beard. No, I just refer to him as the Beard because the Beard arrives before he does and announces him.
Because I would have liked to had the waitress say, just only talk to the Beard and not to Pete himself. Say, are you Pete's beard? Because
the second period,
these gentlemen are waiting to eat dinner with Peter's beard.
Right.
That would be a good one.
I've got a seat for your beard, and will you be joining him?
Yeah. All right, let's start the show off with a puzzle.
Okay.
We're not going to go into politics or anything right
now.
Is
this a you name it puzzle, or is this a Jerry puzzle?
It's a pop culture puzzle.
Okay.
And I got this, I saw this online, and a lot of people fall for this. It's not something you fall for or what. It's a memory, actually. But there's a lot of there's a lot of discussion about this. So let me start the way that they would start.
The corners here. Of my mind, misty water. Okay, go ahead, Jerry.
That's beautiful. I have a memory of when you weren't singing, and those are the better days. All right, here's the question. Do you remember the old movie Shazam starring Sinbad the comedian?
Ooh, no, I don't. I remember Flash Gordon.
Because you're good then.
Okay.
Because there's so many people, I guess, and this was on Reddit, this is on all kinds of stuff. There's so many people that are convinced that there was a movie with a genie where Sinbad the comedian was dressed like a genie, and it was called Shazam, and it was out in the 90s, and people keep thinking that they saw it and everything too.
Okay.
And
no.
the truth is, no, there wasn't one, because people are confusing a bunch of stuff. But they even came up with this whole like psychological deal with it, where people can convince themselves that there was an alternate reality where this happened.
Okay.
It's this bizarre Reddit thing. You know how they go.
Oh yeah.
So they're saying that people believe that it might even have been in an alternate reality that they were part of, where they slipped through dimensions and this movie was around, but now it's been erased from history somehow. Anyway, the real answer to that is that, as you probably well know, Shaquille O'Neal was in a movie called, what was it, Kazam or something like that.
Okay.
Where he played a genie. And
so it wasn't Sinbad.
No, and then they confuse it because Sinbad the comedian was actually in a movie where he was dressed like a genie, but it was a Sinbad movie.
It's because they're both black and not funny.
Because they're both not funny black people, yeah, I guess.
And big.
I can't tell. I'm having
Not
a hard
funny,
time
big
now. I've been
black
around you. Yes, big too. I've been hanging around you so much right now, I can't tell whether or not it's racist or not what you're saying.
I'm trying.
I'm getting desensitized to all of your
My
social
racist
faux pas.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do a shout out to Mr. Erickson. Mr. Erickson from Birmingham, Michigan.
Okay.
You've got far too much money in your checking account right now, and your Suburban, you deducted way too much money on that Suburban this year in your taxes.
All right, where's this coming from?
The guy next to me evidently was doing Mr. Erickson's taxes on the airplane, and I saw everything that Mr. Erickson does.
You got a sneak peek into the life of Mr. Erickson.
The man has $60,000 in his checking account. It's like,
that's
dude,
a lot of cash in there. In a checking account.
I think it's time for you to get a new tax person, because the guy's doing it on a plane where anyone can see it. And he drives a Suburban, and he's writing off the depreciation on the Suburban.
And also, you should put some of that money into mutual funds.
I'm sure he's doing okay. But he shouldn't use this tax guy, though, because this tax guy is not keeping his shit private.
No, and one of the problems is going to be when the police come to your house because his credit card was compromised and they think that you did it because you talked about it on the You Name It show.
Well, I'm making up the name Erickson. I know what the real name is, but I'm not going to say it. So I'm actually protecting myself.
Oh, good. Do you know what the middle name is?
No, I don't. I didn't catch that.
Because if you gave away the middle name, then we could extrapolate somehow.
Yeah, I got stuck on I'm in Utah right now. Utah, which
yes.
Okay, so here's Utah. It is like a valley surrounded by mountains. It is freaking gorgeous views, but there's nothing here. It's literally a couple strip malls, and all the roads are like 9200 road, 9500 road. It's like weird the way it's laid out. Anyway. And the airport, when you go get your rental car, it's not like any other rental car place where you go and you just pick your car like National. No, you got to wait in line. There's lines everywhere in Utah. It's like they've...
I had to do that. Yeah.
And they've got the state liquor store, so you can't buy liquor any place except a state liquor store, so you have to go to a liquor store to buy it. State liquor store.
Yeah.
But they don't have mixers. But they sell mixers at Walmart.
You got to go to a couple different stores to get what you need, huh?
Stupid. But
let me ask you this. Let's see if we can determine how long you'll be in Utah. Did you buy liquor with a handle on it?
No, I did not.
Okay. Must be a short trip.
Yes. It's only a 9-day trip. So I have no handle.
9 days. That's almost handle-worthy, though, 9 days.
Almost, but not quite.
You know you're an alcoholic when you buy liquor with a handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of our phrases. It is.
And all our drinkers will know that.
Yeah, drinking people would know that. Karen, stop doing stuff. Stop it, Karen.
Can you put the headphones on, Karen, and I'll talk to her?
No, she wouldn't stand for it.
No.
She's a weird, the whole audience will understand this. This dog is supposed to be a poodle mixed with, here it comes, Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh, God. So hyper and fucking prima donna.
Hyper and crazy and weird. I don't think she's stupid. I just think she's like, she won't come to you when you call her. Like, you can go, come here, come here, come here. Never comes to you. But knows what you're saying.
You just described my daughter.
Your daughter's a poodle mixed with a Jack Russell Terrier.
Yep. Hyper and prima donna. Yep. All combined and doesn't listen. Yep. That's my kids.
Let's see. Thank you to Ryan, our workmate Ryan, at work today.
Okay. What's he up to?
The thank you is really very sarcastic because my entire hand smells like oregano now.
Oh, did he give you some of his essential oils?
Yeah, absolutely. You got that one right. Because I had this thing I told you about the other day that feels like a sinus infection coming on. Mm-hmm. And so it went away kind of yesterday and then came back again this afternoon. All morning it seemed to be gone. Then it came back again. So I was wondering about what was going on. And then, of course, the essential oils. Somebody has infiltrated my life with this mysticism. There's wizardry and the witchcraft of essential oils.
I believe it is. It's like
you believe it is witchcraft?
Oh, indeed.
You know, too, because Bob in the background has a lot of that.
Yeah, he does. But you know what? When he gave me that peppermint to rub on my back and my achy muscles, it actually worked. So I can't discard it completely, but I think it might be an old wives' tale, and like now the essential oils thing is like now the new thing because no one trusts doctors anymore.
Or that it's a pyramid scheme and people are selling it, trying to get you to jump on the bandwagon and join the club so they can get a Amway boost.
Well, the funny thing is about those pyramid schemes is it only goes up to like 13, I think, or 12. Because they always say it's like you get 5 people and then they get 5 people and they get 5 people. Well, if you extrapolate that out, I think it reaches like 12 or 13 where you've got the entire world covered.
Oh, really? So it's that, so and they told 2 friends and so on.
Exactly. It's like blackjack. You know, if I win X amount of hands in blackjack, I'll be a billionaire. And you start calculating. If I double my money and keep doubling it every hand, and I win every hand, once I win 18 hands, I'm a billionaire. That's never gonna fucking happen.
But I do get your point. Even though the math may be off a little bit, I get the point.
Yeah, math's way off. It's a pyramid.
But this is the part that should have been warned. Mm-hmm. Bob in the background is a frequent background guest to the show because he is a roommate of Davin's right now, and sometimes he's in the background when we do this show. Anyway, I should have talked to Bob first because Ryan says just put a couple drops of this oregano oil on your finger and then rub it on the back of your tongue.
What? On your what?
Finger. I said it the proper way.
Finger.
See, the drinking game only counts when you say it because you say it all weird with finger without a G in it.
I say finger.
I know, we've been through this.
Okay, someone's drinking in Arizona.
So I put a couple drops on my index finger. See, I said it your way. And did the whole, drop it into my throat where they say it's supposed to go. And it burnt it was like pepper. It was like shaking a whole pepper container down your throat, really. You wouldn't think that with oregano, but it was. Okay. It wasn't that bad, though. I guess other people have problems with it. But after that, my finger still smells like an Italian restaurant. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, go see if you can find Jerry Fingers. Let's see, it's my Italian mobster name now.
Jerry Fingers. Jerry Oregano Fingers. Go get him. Bring him here.
I've washed the finger twice or 3 times. I actually sprayed cologne on it, too, to try and get that smell off.
And
It still smells
like oregano.
like spaghetti. Spaghetti fingers.
Or like pizza from a high-class restaurant.
Yeah, so thanks, Ryan. I'll probably smell like oregano tomorrow, too. People are going to think I'm an immigrant.
Add lemon oil to it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but now I'm compounding the problem with more essential oils.
Oh, and then it'll start
I don't want to spiral down into
bloodstream.
Right, because before you know it, it'd be like, man, my fingers won't quit smelling like lemons. Put some bergamot oil of bergamot on that. All right, I'll do that too. Now I'll put that on there and see what I got to put on to take that smell away. Mountain Dew, I should put Mountain. Evidently, people like oregano smells, though, because a lot of people were talking to me after it. Some people wouldn't stop talking to me, like people named Peppy.
Just because they smelled the oregano?
Mm-hmm.
You think
I
that's
think it was
it?
subconscious. I think they were talking to a delicious person at
So
that
if you
point.
rub oregano on your armpits and go to work, people talk to you?
I'm going to try that. Maybe I'll try that instead. I'll do a social experiment and see if people will talk to me more. Because I went to 7-Eleven. Yeah, experiment, not spearmint.
Experiment?
Experiment.
Experiment.
Wait, when you say experiment.
Like spearmint gum?
You might have got me on one of these Midwestern accent things.
I might have.
Experiment. Because I say experiment. You say experiment.
Experiment.
I don't know who's right, to tell you the truth. And I'm not going to pull up Google Translate to tell us either.
Yep.
I wish John Cleese were on the phone so he could tell us. Because nobody pronounces things better than an Englishman.
Yep. And you just
think.
assume he's right because he's got the accent. That's how it
they're
always
always
works.
smarter.
Hey,
So that was
I got a question in my
that was
notes.
the finger in the oregano story. Go ahead.
So, do you think that CES is going on right now? Consumer Electronics Show, and they always come out with the latest electronics and everything else.
Yep.
So, my question is, do you think that Siri and Alexa and Watson all hang out?
Oh, you mean in the cloud?
In the cloud.
I think they
do you
do.
think they all hang out and party?
They have cloud parties. Who's Watson? Which one is that?
Watson was the Google one, wasn't it? The kids version of Watson. You know, Watson's going to answer your questions and babysit you and all that other shit.
Let's see. Watson talks.
Yeah, it was
online.
It was like one of those Google things.
IBM Watson. Build your
IBM.
cognitive business with IBM.
That was IBM's. Yeah, IBM, Siri, and Alexa.
Talking computer.
Oh, that was a good burp.
Let's see. Watson computer. IBM Watson. Yeah, you're right about that. That's pretty weird though, because that was like 2011.
Yeah, that was like the first introduction.
Stop doing that. You hear all this? Karen's got moving the chair around.
Sounds to me like Karen needs a personal assistant.
No, she's scratching me. Ask Jeeves, Karen.
Ask Jeeves. Okay, so you got Jeeves, Watson, Siri, and Alexa, and they're all at a party.
Jeeves is like mute though. Jeeves can only speak in text. So
okay.
So that's weird. He's the minority there. He's got issues. But yeah, what do you think they talk about? You think they talk about us?
I think they bitch. Yeah, they talk about
Do you
work.
believe that Davin guy?
He fucking wanted to know where to bury a body again today. What the fuck?
Yeah, it'd be more like he wanted to know how to bury a body today.
Places to bury a body.
I'm thinking about getting an Alexa.
Okay, why?
Just because I want to, and it'll be stupid, just because I want to get the thermostat that you can control online for your house, the learning thermostat.
Right.
And I want to get the Philips Hue lights, the ones that you could dim and change colors and things like that. And you don't really need the color changing ones, but
what's a vacuum robot called?
What is that stupid thing called too? The Roomba.
The Roomba. So
yeah.
Why don't you get the Roomba and put a squirrel tail on it and let Karen, it could entertain Karen all day long.
She doesn't need that because right now, right when you were saying that, she was chasing her own tail.
Okay. Because she has nothing better to do.
She doesn't need a stupid squirrel tail to chase when she's got her own.
She's
she can
bored
pretend.
with you.
But yeah, you could tell the thermostat to do things. You could tell the lights. So you could come in and you could say, Alexa, living room lights, dim to 20%.
Right.
You could do shit like that. Then you could say, Alexa, play Barry White.
Turn the thermostat to 66 degrees.
No, you got to turn that up. If I'm dimming the lights and playing Barry White, you probably got to add a little bit to the thermostat. Make it a little warmer in there.
Oh,
for when you take your clothes off.
Oh, because Jerry's going to heat it up.
Karen, stop being stupid. She just went over and found this, what looks to be like a sawed-off broomstick that possibly Lisa would put in her car to beat aggressors away from her.
Ooh.
Because she carries shit like weapons in the car in case she's attacked.
Okay.
But she doesn't do it like other people where they just get a gun or pepper spray or something. She carries like medieval weapons, like caveman weapons. Mm-hmm. You don't find that odd? I think that's strange.
I do.
Although she did ask for pepper spray. I just told her I was going to get it because I know that it would be used on me as a test somehow.
Pepper spray it's got to be a fun little stocking stuffer for Christmas, I would think.
I think we got that for our daughters one year. Like little keychain pepper spray for these, this rash of rapists that happen.
The raping people.
Yeah.
Are you a raper?
Which
people?
It all goes back to my theory that crime statistics have not risen. It's just awareness of crime has. So everybody's freaking out. So in the old days when we were young, there would be just as many abductions and rapes and everything as there is right now. Like there's no more. But we hear about them way more because the media wants to sell commercial time. So they always exploit everything. So now everybody's freaked out thinking everybody's getting raped.
Yeah, I'm peeing quickly, Jerry. You can't hear me on the mic.
That's not pee. That sounded like a toilet flushing, though.
I'm peeing quickly. You can barely hear me. You can't hear me on the microphone in the room. And I figured you were going on a rant, so that would work out well.
Are you near the microphone now, or is the listeners just in the dark?
Listeners are in the dark. Okay, I'm back.
We should have said something about that.
It's a professional
Ladies and
show.
gentlemen, apparently Davin walked away from his microphone to pee while I was talking. So while I was listening to him tell me that, he didn't inform me that I should be talking. So there could be just a section of dead air right there.
With peeing in the background. Oh, that felt good.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You wrecked the whole show.
Oh, I did. You can edit it out if
everything.
If you really care that much, you can edit it out.
No, I'm going to leave it in to embarrass you.
You know what, Jerry? You haven't figured this out. Nothing embarrasses me.
I don't think so.
I'm not one of those people that gets embarrassed.
No, and I'm going to show you why hanging out with you is a bad idea, too, because I'm starting to turn into you. Are you ready for this one?
Okay, yep, go ahead.
Here's my new deal. I had pad thai yesterday, right?
Without me. Damn you.
Without you. I went and picked up pad thai for the family.
Okay.
This is my new plan now. Every time I eat pad thai, right before I eat pad thai, I take an Imodium AD.
Okay.
Because it seemed like for a while there we would go eat pad thai, you and I, and there wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Right.
But in the last month or two, there was a coincidental thing that would happen every time I ate pad thai.
Uh-huh.
So now I don't want to have to deal with that. And so far, it's worked perfectly.
And what is that
completely normal system now?
What is that coincidental thing?
Oh, you know what it is. You don't have to try and weasel it out of me.
Oh my God, I got to run and hit the bathroom right away.
No, it wasn't one of those emergency, like Mexican travel water.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those things. It was just oh, shoot, here we go. At some point during this day, I'm going to have to figure out a good time and a place for this.
Mm-hmm. So I had a theory a few episodes back that my asshole had taste buds. Do you find that after you eat spicy pad thai that your ass has taste buds?
No. I don't really get that whole spicy thing. It's not like you have what people used to refer to as the screaming shits or, fire ass or any of that stuff.
Oh,
it just happens to change the consistency of the issue back there.
No, it burns. If you get hot pad thai or medium plus, sometimes, yeah, it's like
I eat all kinds of spicy stuff.
And you haven't noticed the taste buds in your asshole thing?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. I haven't, but I'm sure it's on its way, though.
Yeah, and it'll make it cough.
I'll have to wait till I turn 50. I bet when I turn 50, that'll happen.
Well, I'm 49 and it's happening already. It's just so wrong. It's pretty bad when you eat food and you get back pain and have to sit on a fucking porcelain throne for an hour just to clear yourself out.
You said with back pain, you're saying?
Yes.
A combination issue right now.
Yep.
I can't believe I have the shits and back pain. That sounds like the flu.
It's not.
Did you look this up on WebMD like you did last week when you had, what did you end up having last week according to WebMD?
Last week I had, I needed to either get 8 feet of colon removed or I have pancreatic cancer.
Yeah. Which is probably that one, yeah.
Or I've got burps. Hey, I've got a movie review for you.
All right, let's do that one, yeah.
As many of you know, Jerry and I each have purchased the Amazon Fire Stick, which...
You're not supposed to start talking about that type of activity.
It's Amazon Fire Stick.
Not because we'll get in trouble at work, but because we'll get in trouble in real life.
Oh. No, Amazon Fire Stick is a great little gadget that lets you stream movies and link to your Netflix and everything else.
There you go.
It's an addition to regular cable TV that you have to pay through the fucking nose for. So you read between the lines, listeners.
I think you set it up very nicely for that.
So my movie review is for The Mechanic Resurrection with Jason Statham.
Oh, you got to be kidding, because I actually watched the same movie not long ago, so this should be good.
Okay. So, watched the whole movie, and I realized that Jessica Alba is smoking hot. She's just in there so you can look at her in a bikini and swimming underwater, right?
Yep, she did a bunch of those beach scenes where she had to be just in a bikini for some reason, and they always had her walking away from us, too.
Yeah. 2 things with Jason Statham, okay? He likes to hide shit under floorboards, and he's obsessed with suction cups. And that's it. That's all I'm going to give you right there, because I'm not going to do any spoilers.
Is that your movie review? That's it, huh?
That's my movie review.
Let me see if I can top that movie review.
Okay.
All right. I started watching that movie, and within the first 20 minutes, he was hang gliding and jumping onto a helicopter or some shit like that. Or jumping off a helicopter onto a hang glider.
He jumped off a gondola onto a hang glider. Yeah.
And then at that point, I said to myself, well, we know that what kind of movie this is.
Yeah, there are some
what happened,
parts that aren't realistic.
His career went from real cool guy driving around the car and all that shit, and it's sort of a kind of plausible situation, to being able to dive off of things in midair onto other things in midair and and then you just have to realize that you're watching shit TV.
Well, he was also Handsome Rob. Remember that?
Handsome Rob?
Yeah, in The Italian Job.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm Handsome Rob.
I will say this. There is something I like about that guy. I'll even watch that shitty movie because, I don't know, he seems to be a likable action star guy.
It's the Australian accent, too. And he's fighting evil, but he's a good guy, and he's in shape. And
that's a good movie review right there.
If I were into dudes, I'd be into Jason Statham, but I'm not into dudes, so. But he does fuck some people up in that movie.
I could tell you're drunk right now.
I'm not.
Because you're slurring your words and you're talking about having sex with Jason Statham.
No, I'm not.
Let's talk about stupidity.
Yes.
I received a calendar from my daughter.
Is it Jason Statham calendar?
No. No,
okay.
It's the fireman of Garden City, Michigan. No,
okay, there you go.
It's a calendar that gives you 365 or more of the stupidest things ever said.
Okay.
So you tear this. So now we can read them on the show. We could laugh about things like this is the last couple of days. This is from this past couple of days. This was printed in some Santa Fe, New Mexican newspaper by an interior designer who quoted, "Beds nowadays typically occupy the most private of all rooms in the house, the bedroom." Which sounds like, why is that stupid to start with? Until you realize that the word bed is right in the bedroom word. Mm-hmm. So it's so stupid. Now, that's just a starter one.
Okay.
I have two other ones that beat the shit out of that one. That was just to warm you up. Think about how dumb it is to claim that. I have one from Justin Bieber, your friend Justin Bieber.
Oh, my buddy.
His quote was, "Sunday comes after Saturday. Weird."
What?
I know, that's what I'm saying. These are the weirdest, stupidest things people say. And this is my favorite for this show, the last one. This is from a label on a product called Smith's Pure and Natural Honey.
Okay.
Pure and Natural Honey. Their slogan, it's an Australian honey jar. Their slogan is, "Just like the bees make it."
Okay.
So, in one hand, they call it pure and natural honey, and then the other hand, they say it's just like the bees make it.
So they're saying,
which means it's not pure and
they're
natural.
faking it. They're faking honey.
Yeah. I don't get it. There's a little taste test of that stuff. Let's see. Karen's running. Somebody might be home.
Okay, I've got a question that came up on Facebook the other day. A friend of mine who lives in Pittsburgh, his wife posted this and wanted to know, TVs in the bedroom for kids.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you allow,
I think that's fine.
Do you allow teenagers to have TVs in their room?
I always did, yeah.
Okay, next one. Bars next to fitness centers. Yes or no?
I think it's... Well, I don't know how you could stop it, but I see the correlation that you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
You think it's strange that there'd be a bar next to a fitness center, like, go ahead and get healthy and then walk next door and get hammered?
Exactly. It just seems like the effort. Are you trying to coax the people at the bar to go to the fitness center, or are you trying to coax the people at the fitness center to go to the bar?
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't work out, so I don't know if you feel like getting drunk when you're done.
I want to be a real boy.
It's getting weird around here.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to get things on my list.
Let's see. What else we got? What else do we got? I'm going to leave that one away. I did have a topic when you were talking about pyramid schemes, when we were talking about it. I do actually have a topic that is Scientology is just a bunch of shit because we were watching that Leah Remini thing
Right.
on Scientology.
That HBO special that was on Scientology, yes.
Well, no, she's got the A&E show now that it's a weekly show. But it's crazy when you watch this, or if you've read anything about it or saw any of those documentaries. It's so obvious that it's a bunch of made up shit. That It's incredible that anybody fell for it. It seriously is. I can't. Here, hold on to these hold on to the ends of this multimeter, and I'll tell you how much resistance is in your body, so we can decide that you're resisting answering questions properly, or some shit like that. You know,
you need to get
it's just crazy.
Deep element before we can fix you. You have to tell us all of your fears, so we can use them against you in the future.
Yeah, and it's a giant pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Just like Amway. So Scientology, basically, they make their riches off of people buying all of these Scientology books and Scientology DVDs and CDs to listen to and all that shit. Just exactly like Amway. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy, the similarities between Amway and Scientology, really.
But it's not a pyramid.
I don't know what to say about that.
It's not a pyramid, Jerry. It's a cross-promotional advertising scheme that envelops the underneath people to rise up and be more efficient in their sales practices, which in turn makes you a better leader.
Yeah. Multi-level marketing.
It's so
a
fucking pyramid.
All right, I got to say this. I think we're running out of time.
Okay.
Not because the show is going poorly, but because the phone calls were coming in from work.
Oh,
and
boy.
We've hit 40 minutes, so I've got to find out what the issue is.
Oh, joy. Okay, yeah, Keith texted me, so I got to get back with him because we got to go lay pre-wire tomorrow. Yay.
Yay. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been this week's episode of the You Name It podcast. I hope it was good enough for you to pass on to all your friends, and including those who are Scientologists.
And those people on iHeartRadio. Papa Wheelie, guys.